Welcome to Full Stack Software Development with Akinwole Adeola, brought to you by Newton Academy. Get ready to embark on a comprehensive journey into a world of software development where you master both front-end and back-end development. Whether you're a beginner or an experienced developer, this course will equip you with the knowledge and skills required to excel in the dynamic field of full stack development. Join me in this exciting learning adventure and let's build the future together. Now here's what we're going to be doing throughout this course. We're going to start from an introduction to full stack development, and then we work on HTML and CSS, which is the fundamentals of web programming. Then we teach you about logic with JavaScript, and then with the knowledge of JavaScript, we teach you how to create server-sided programs. Then we teach you about the React fundamentals, and then we go straight to advanced React. We teach you how to strap everything all together in a full stack application, and then we consider some advanced topics along this course. Then we work on a project and we help you develop a portfolio. And lastly, we teach you how to prepare for your jobs and how to attain soft skills. Thank you. Now let's jump right into the first topic for this course. What exactly is full stack development? Who exactly is a full stack developer? Those are the topics we're going to be considering at this moment. And based on reality, full stack development involves being proficient in the two aspects of web programming, which is the front end and the back end aspect of web development. So a full stack developer is a person who is considered to have the technical know-how to join these two aspects of web programming together, the front end, the back end. And sometimes you could hear the word client and server. Such a person should know front end, know back end, build APIs, manage databases, and he should also be able to, know certain languages and have certain tools: HTML, CSS, JavaScript, database, backend, and that's what we're going to be going through throughout this course. As a full stack developer, you need to understand that there's so much opportunities you have. As a full stack developer, you need to understand that there's so much opportunities you have. You need to understand that there's so much importance being a full stack developer. Think about the extent of knowledge you acquire just being a full stack developer. You could fit into so many roles based on your stacks. There is this versatility you get when you become a full stack developer with a wide range of skills, which makes you marketable. It's also cost efficient hiring full stack developers because they are all in one. So most companies will prefer hiring full stack developers than hiring a front end separately and a back end engineer separately, because these skills is all encompassing in a full stack developer. Another thing you need to think about is the fact that as a full stack developer, you can actually start your project and finish it without having to hire someone else. You literally take ownership of an entire project from the design phase to the implementation phase without having to bring any other person. Not to mention how much full stack developers are in high demand and how competitive their salary is and how interesting full stack development brings you a startup advantage because companies always prefer them. It's something you want to um, enjoy while understanding this course from start to finish. Now, the first thing we're going to be doing as a startup for this course is the setups. First of all, you will need some applications installed on your PC. The first thing you need to install is Node.js and npm. It's a two-in-one package. Then secondly, you install the Visual Studio Code, and then third, you install Git. I'll be telling you what these are. So Node and npm is a software that acts as a compiler for programming JavaScript and Node. And basically, it's going to be the bedrock of everything we're going to be doing in this course. Visual Studio Code is the IDE we're going to be using to write our computations, and that's definitely going to be what you can be seeing while we start our live sessions. And lastly, Git. Now, Git is a version control toolkit. For my own explanation of Git, I would say Git is a magical bookstore where you could put your stories, and sometimes you try to write new things, adding new stuffs in such a way that it is so organized that you never lose or never forget things. It's a way to handle so many things in one place because you start a project, your project always grows exponentially in complexity. So basically, Git is a software that manages incremental additions to a particular application. Now that's the meaning of version control. So Git is going to provide you so many tools, commands, and you're going to try to learn those commands and use them throughout this course to actually store your code, manage your code, and then improve your code from time to time. And then when you're done installing these three, you could pause the video on my screen to get the URL links and get those softwares downloaded. And let's go straight into how to use Git. Like I said, using Git keeps track of your changes. Using Git helps you collaborate with other people, and using Git makes sure that you never lose your code. It makes reverting possible. It makes it possible for you to create branches, to branch your code in so many ways. It makes it possible to keep track of ideas you just think about, which is not part of the main one. It's a very interesting way, and then you really enjoy using Git. After you've installed the Git application on your PC, the next thing you want to try and understand is the simple Git commands to get you started. First of all, if you head over to Git, you need to create a GitHub account. If you have no GitHub account, make sure you create a GitHub account. You could easily go to Google, search for GitHub, and then create a GitHub account from there. Once you have a GitHub account, you want to clone a repository, and you would want to create a new repository. And when you're done creating a new repository, it's going to look just like this. And what you need to do from here is to copy this link and then open your terminal. Right from the terminal, you paste in this code with the git clone command. Git clone. Now immediately you're going to see this message telling you cloning into Newton Academy. Warning, you appear to have a cloned empty repository, which is true. It's empty at the moment, and then we're going to be adding stuffs into this repository. But the idea of GitHub is a creative folder for you to put your code. And yeah, that's how you set up GitHub, and that's how you work with the GitHub repository, clone the GitHub repository. So, another way to initialize a Git repository straight from your terminal without having to create the repository on GitHub first is by using the git init. The git init is a command that creates a new Git repository on your own local computer without having to first set it up on the server. You already know git clone, as we used previously to clone the repository created on GitHub. Subsequently, we'll be using commands like git add, which is to create a new entry into the git sequence for a new file you're just creating. Git commit is to commit the files you've created with a commit message, which always is about what you are doing at any given time. Git status shows you the current status of your working directory. It tells you exactly what was changed, what was untracked, what is staged, and what is modified. Git log is to see an history of all commits in your repository. It knows exactly who made what changes and when it was made. Git pull is a very useful command that pulls in what every other person has done into your own local repository from the server or from the remote, meaning the cloud. Git push pushes your own work out into the server, which is GitHub online. Now, other members can access it. So, thank you. That's all we have on the starter course for full stack software development.